North Korean missile test proves US is well within range. Email. The missile fired in North Korea's latest test may have landed in the Sea of Japan, but it proves the nuclear-armed country has weaponry that could basically put all of the United States within range. And it shows the rogue state has the power to make a surprise launch of the ICBM in any region and place at any time, according to North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. Analysts were watching closely as the numbers around the launch rolled in and have since concluded major cities, including Los Angeles and Chicago, could be reached by a North Korean intercontinental ballistic missile, ICBM. This is only the second test of this system. Our estimates from the first one had the missile going about 6,700 kilometers, which put Alaska within range, Shi Cotton from the James Martin Center for Non-Proliferation Studies in California told AM. Our estimates with this one are that if it was fired within full range, this would go about 10,000 to 11,000 kilometers, and at that point they've basically put all the United States within range. The flight data everyone is watching from the latest launch includes 998 kilometers range, on land distance traveled, 3,724. 9 kilometers apogee, or maximum altitude, 47 minutes, 12 seconds flight time. David Wright, a physicist and co-director of the Global Security Program at the Union of Concerned Scientists, said if reports of the missile's maximum altitude and flight time were correct, it would have a theoretical range of at least 10,400 kilometers. In the event of an attack, the distance a missile could travel would depend on variables such as the size and weight of the warhead that would be carried atop it. Dr. Wright published this table. City distance from North Korea. Range of missile towards city Los Angeles 9,500 kilometers, 11,700 kilometers. Denver 9,800 kilometers, 11,400 kilometers. Chicago 10,400 kilometers, 11,100 kilometers. Boston 10,750 kilometers, 10,750 kilometers. New York 10,850 kilometers, 10,850 kilometers. Washington, D.C. 11,000 kilometers, 10,900 kilometers. Source: Union of Concerned Scientists. What has North Korea said? North Korea's official KCNA news agency reported that Kim Jong-un personally supervised the midnight launch of the missile on Friday night and said it was a stern warning for the United States that it would not be safe from destruction if it tried to attack. The test fire reconfirmed the reliability of the ICBM system, demonstrated the capability of making a surprise launch of the ICBM in any region and place anytime, and clearly proved that the whole US mainland is in the firing range of the DPRK missiles, Mr. Kim said with pride, KCNA reported. DPRK is short for the North's official name, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Okay, so what happens now? This test, and the one on July 4th, means North Korea is theoretically capable of striking the US mainland. And the world already knows it is a very well-stocked nation when it comes to plutonium. Analysts say North Korea's the nation's missile capabilities have advanced much quicker than anticipated. There's really not a whole lot they have to do other than build more of them, Mr. Cotton said. That this is the second test of this missile and it's the second successful test is pretty surprising. Usually when North Korea, or any country, rolls out a new missile system, the first few tests are failures. The fact that these have all been successful is pretty surprising and shows just how far they've come. In terms of moving from advanced testing to successfully carrying a warhead, another issue is whether or not a loaded missile could survive re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere. Mr. Cotton said there was every reason to believe North Korea had the ability to design a missile that could pass through the upper atmosphere without damage to the warhead. In March 2016, they tested a heat shield that would go on the end of one of these missiles and protect the warhead, and what they did was they took the heat shield and put it under one of their missile engines and just cooked that heat shield, he said.